Nneoha, legend of the clouds. You are the river, and the river is you. That night, silence lay thick across the heart as the household slept. Her mother roused her, grabbing her arms. She steadied her on her feet. Now was the moment. They must seek out the priestess. They must go to the shrine where a ritual must be done to purge her of all her illness. Only intervention from the spirits might save her. She was marked, gifted in ways that made the spirit world crave her return, but the bonds of family firmly took root. Her mother was determined to keep her, whatever the cost. She would remain and thrive. The princess's home in Nneoha, the neighboring village, was a short distance away. Clutching makeshift torches made from palm fruit chaff, they headed for the shrine. She and her siblings had helped to make those briquettes. Sometimes they used bamboo sticks, other times icheku sticks, or even dried maize stems. Piling wet chaff from palm fruit fiber on the sticks, they molded and smoothened them with grease from the palm fiber and then sun-dried them until firm. The sticks gave off smoke before bursting into orange tongues as her mother coaxed them to life. The flickering glow barely cut through the darkness, but it guided their steps. The night was eerie. They barely spoke as they walked behind the priestess, voices dropping to whispers whenever words were needed at all. Her heart hammered in her chest, dread clinging to every thought. "Don't be frightened," her mother murmured, giving her hand a reassuring squeeze. "It will all be over soon, and the ritual will be great relief." The priestess stood tall, her hips swayed with rhythmic turbulence with each stride. By daylight, she might have seemed ordinary, blending easily with the villagers, but at night, draped in her sacred robe, she became an entirely different presence, her aura unmistakable, her power palpable. A red and white aquatic cloth hugged her waist, 3 bold white lines streaking her face, each mark drawn in sacred Nzu. With deliberate precision, she sketched symbols on the earth at her feet, as though seeking the spirit's blessing before they embarked on their journey. They made their way through the forest to the riverbank. Inside a small sack, a red cockerel rested, feet bound, wings clipped. The river's thunderous rush stirred her anxiety. Though they were at the shallow edge, a single slip could spell disaster. She could barely swim, and if she tumbled into deeper waters, what would become of her? Who would come to her aid? The princess pressed the red cockerel into her hands. Too tired to protest, the bird simply shuddered and went quiet. She gave instructions in a rigid voice that gave no room for negotiation. "Climb upon the clay pot. Be careful and gentle. The fragile pot must not break." Holding the cockerel above her head, she swung it in careful circles while the princess chanted the legend of the clouds. Once the clouds drifted low above the earth and nourished the villages below. People were allowed to cut small pieces from the cloud, transforming them into food for sustenance, which kept their bodies strong. But as time passed, those with careless hearts began to smear their filthy hands across the heavens, leaving smudges and stains that marred its beauty. The sky, wounded by such disrespect, recoiled and withdrew and ascended out of reach. Grieving, it wept, its tears cleansing the blemished grey streaks. That, the elders say, is why rain falls. A ritual of sorrow and renewal, born from the sky's longing to purge itself and remember the days of closeness. The priestess rang the bell, and it pealed with every turn. Her tone was as solid as stone. O clouds, once low and blue, you nourish our earth, you fed our bones, you kept us strong. We caught your gentle gifts, we ate your blessing. But careless hearts smeared heaven's skin, filthy hands made you retreat. Beauty marred, heavens wounded, ascending, grieving out of reach. O sky, you weep for us. Your tears cleanse the stains. Rain falls as sorrow and renewal. Remember closeness. Remember days when clouds hovered near. O ritual of longing, O chant of sorrow, let your tears wash us pure once more. The bells pealed violently, a little longer than before. The spirits demanded appeasement. She must journey safely, and any misbehavior, like the women of the legend who so shamelessly smear their hands on the heavens, would not be tolerated. Obediently, she lifted her tunic. The priestess parted her breast and pressed a blade onto the skin between them, carving a star. Blood welled and spilled, joining the river's relentless current. The bell rang. Invocation soared in the dark. The chicken's life ebbed away, and somehow the clay vessel held stayed beneath her. Blood and water swirled together, flowing onwards into eternity. Wherever there is a river, you shall discover tranquility. Go forth and manifest. Honor the earth beneath your feet wherever you go. You are of the river, and the river is of you.